The alarm clock screams and there's a cat bite in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open. Nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he smells relief. RAYLYTLE. Have no fear, the gang's all here. So clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and breasts and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite podcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts.
Eat this cake peach.
From the morning disaster show. And now I spell relief. RAYLYTLE. Have no fear, the gang's all here. So clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and breast and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure. But they'll be your favorite podcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster.
It is Ray Lytle's morning disaster. How you doing, everybody? We are here. Good morning. I'm Ray, along with TJ, who's driving. I don't know where the hell he is.
I'm in Missouri. What did you say you were eating?
So I'm eating this gay peach.
What peach?
It's a gay peach.
How dare you?
It's not very sweet.
Nice enough to bring that back.
Very sour.
How dare you?
It's very sour. Tastes like death. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, not good. Oh, well. I have a banana that will hopefully be sweet.
Oh.
By the way, congratulations to our first listener today, Adam.
Hey, there we go.
Congrats, Adam. First time, I think it's the first time in a while it hasn't been Fat 420. He showed up literally 2 seconds behind Adam. Cindy was
somebody knocked Fat 420 on the turd in the bottom of his shower.
Dude, Cindy was right there with him, as was Bubba. I mean, they all came in with, it was like boom, 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 right in a row. It was as soon as we started the theme is when I went live.
Yeah, I saw that.
And literally, Adam got in first, and then it was Fat 420, Cindy, Bubba. They all popped in within seconds of each other. And then Diane, Steven, came in as well. But the actual winner today was Adam. Everyone else was a loser. So I just wanted to point out, congrats to Adam, who actually won. By the way, awesome. Chris Stice, I see Stice is also in. He's this fucking Stice. This guy, he's unbelievable.
What'd he do now?
Well, he lost his job during the pandemic.
Right.
But unlike me, like he was, as soon as he applies for something and gets it. And then now he's starting a new job.
Oh,
yet another new job. It's amazing. And he says, I'm starting a new job in 2 weeks. Then he's going to be a subscriber. Good for you, Chris. It must be nice to be desired.
Well,
TJ, I did another long application. By the way, could these jobs
like one of those mortgage applications where it feels like you're trying to apply for a home loan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just literally all I'm doing is just letting them know that I'm interested in this job. You know what I mean? But these applications are fucking, they're like 20 pages long. It's insane.
Yeah.
The information they want is insane. Yeah. And,
so they're asking for like credit bureau, blood type, urine sample.
They just want everything. They want everything. I got to be honest. I don't understand the credit stuff. You know what I mean? They run a credit check,
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell?
I don't see what my credit has to do with me being able to do
the job I have has nothing to do with money. What the hell is my credit report? It just means to go. It says they're not going to hire anyone who, like they're not going to hire anyone who has any kind of credit issue. Well, it's usually people who haven't been working for a long time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So of course, there's going to be some bills are not going to get paid when you're working for a long time like that. You know what I mean? But that's one of the things they make you do.
Yeah.
I just think that's so ridiculous. So I just filled out all this paperwork, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, this is like the 100th time that I have filled out this long pages of application. And I know it's like they won't even call for an interview. It's amazing.
What kind of job is it for?
It's marketing and web.
Stuff that you're qualified.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I understand. Here's the stuff I know. I don't have a lot of skills. All right. My skills are eating ass. No, here's my skills.
We know that.
Yeah, no. Here's my skills. Broadcasting. All right. I understand broadcasting. I know how to reach people. I understand WordPress. I understand HTML. I understand Photoshop and all the Microsoft, and Google products. So I don't have a ton of skills. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if this is just if this is developing or keeping current a WordPress website, my God, I design those every day. I'm perfect at it. I'm perfect at it. But yet, Ray says, I'm a pretty good guitar player and I sing like a motherfucker. Thank you. I do sing good. I haven't picked up a guitar in years.
You're definitely good at coming up with new jokes to poke at your friends.
Yeah, I am good at. Yeah, I'm good at entertaining
your friends shit.
I mean, that's what I can do is entertain people. I think I'm entertaining. That's my skill, but I don't know who needs, there's never anybody looking for, someone to do a morning show somewhere.
Well, and then you've already said the way you would want to do the morning show is you would want to bring everybody back, make sure we're all getting paid, and all of us do it the old school way. And no radio station wants that anymore because they're too cheap and stupid. I mean, frugal.
Yeah, nobody wants an entertainer, Oh well, yeah. So every day I look for a job. I never find a job. It's like I fill out paperwork, but no one even calls me for a job. That's Ray, by the way, who used to play with the Itchy Pickles or the Breaking Curfew or whatever the hell we had so many different names. Or 2-Ton Baby, I think was probably my favorite. But yeah. And he was the one who he could play guitar like a motherfucker, that guy. Although I felt like I could sing pretty good. I could sing back in those days.
Oh, you were a hell of a singer.
Yeah.
You
Now
were a hell of a singer back then.
I haven't sang in so long. I think my voice is so out of practice. You know what I mean? It's so I don't know how long it would.
Certainly, if you decided to sing, it would not be as bad as Jimmy.
Oh God, no. But I don't know how long it would take me to get warmed up to sing. Maybe I should play with Nick. Nick's lost so much weight he could headline or we could put him at the front of the stage playing something.
Hey, I'll just lip sync you singing. Hey,
what am I doing? I'll have Nick playing some kind of rhythm instrument. But I'll have him near the front of the stage because I bet he can hold a guitar and, I bet he can hold
I've been known to do that.
He can hold a guitar, bass, and, pelvic thrust it. Because his body is now getting thin enough to do such antics.
I'm also pelvic thrusting.
Yeah. Are you pelvic thrusting now?
No, but I'm Kegel exercising. So
that would explain the dog in the background if he's pelvic thrusting right now.
That's from my pants.
Oh, that poor dog.
This dog would have to go through that. It's horrible.
So Nick, did you play guitar or bass?
I played both.
All right. So I could have Nick playing bass, I could have Nick playing bass. I'll be singing. I need a drummer. And then a guitarist. But I'm just saying it would take a while for me to get my voice back to where, I could sing in a band again. You know what I mean? Because you got to do that. You got to do it in order to get that voice. Your vocal cords are muscle. You gotta treat them as such.
You gotta bulk them up.
Yeah. So there's a lot of work.
Gotta work them out.
Oh, it'd be a pain. Oh, I don't even want to think of the pain. Ugh.
You're not gonna use camp counselor Harry's throat massager, are you?
No, God, no. No. But it would take a while to warm up. I'll tell you that. Oh, well. I'm eating scrambled eggs this morning, guys.
There you go.
I know, right?
Look at that. With that. Oh.
I had chorizo and eggs. Yesterday for lunch, I had chorizo and eggs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, suck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well. So Kelly says, why not have a jam session? Well, no.
You still have to exercise stuff.
Yeah. There's no, there really is no way around it. The best my voice ever was, this is the best in my life, was like in 2004. Back when the Itchy Pickles used to do tours, and we'd play for months at a time before we take a break. And there was a time we got going in 2002 after my daughter, like I took a break right when my daughter was born. You know what I mean? So we kind of took off in 2001. And then of course, 9/11 also happened right before that. And we took off from that until like the summer of 2002, we took off. And then we started playing the summer of 2002. And we played nonstop through like till like 2004 or something. We played Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. All right. And we would play God knows where. And we did it when the show was syndicated, in 2000 and 2001. But then, like I said, after my daughter was born, we took time off. So we started playing again in that 2002, and we played so much that by 2004, everything my voice was so strong. I was hitting notes that I hadn't hit in 20 years. It was unbelievable. Well, I guess it wasn't 20 years, but I'm thinking of how old I was. But yeah, it was almost, notes that I hadn't hit since I was like 17.
It felt like 20 years.
Yeah. And I was in my 30s then, and I'm telling you, it was crazy. Like there was nothing I couldn't sing. We would do police songs and stuff that was really high up, and because my voice was so relaxed and strong. Now, good Lord, I don't know what I could sing now. I'd have trouble singing country now.
You could do Roadhouse Blues.
Which is easy. No, I don't think I can actually. No.
Yeah, because Spanky always wants to hear that classic rock.
I don't think Bubba says he'd sing lesbian rocker with me. Thanks, Bubba. No, I'd have to
singing lesbian rocker with you.
I'd have to let him sing it because I don't know if I can. Because of my voice is just so out of whack, I don't know what the hell I could sing.
I don't know. I don't know if you'd be hitting the notes for "Stupid Girl" by Cold anymore.
No. No,
and I'm relatively certain you could not do that a cappella version of "Numb" anymore.
No, my voice is so. I honestly don't know what I could do. I mean, I'd have to start and just strengthen my voice, which would take months.
I mean, certainly you'd be able to say that you'd be able to do Roadhouse Blues.
No, and here's the deal. When in 2000, 2, 3, and 4, I had this house that was big enough to where my office was on one side, and I had a guitar. I had my guitar hooked up in my office. My guitar and amp, or one of my guitars and an amp in my office, where I could just crank it, and I would sing. That's one of the ways I got warmed up. Now this house is so small, my wife would kill me. She would kick me out. She would call the police on me and demand that
I don't know about all that. Maybe make
demand I'd be removed from the home. Yeah. But my daughter would. Here's one thing.
Your daughter would kill you.
No, here's one thing my wife doesn't know. Back when my daughter was like, she had learned to walk and crawl, or learned to crawl and walk and stuff. So, how old are they when they learned to walk? Like a few months old or whatever?
18 months,
Yeah, 18 months. Yeah.
So she had learned to do that stuff, and she would walk to my office. You know what I mean? And I'd let her in, and then I would play something, and she would sing it with me. Like, if my wife found out, she'd freak out. Because you're going to make her deaf. You're going to, But my daughter loved to crawl into my office when I would be, jamming on something and sing with me. She loved it. Little kids love that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And my wife would freak out. She would freak out if she ever saw it. So I always had to hide it from her.
my son absolutely loved it when I sat down my drum set. I'd start practicing a new riff or something.
Yeah. And Adam says he remembers strengthening his voice. He majored in vocal music in college. You know what I'm talking about, Adam. It sucks. It sucks. Like, it's easier to work out right now than it would be to strengthen my voice. There's you know. Oh, wow. Don't mind me, guys. I'm almost done with my eggs.
But it's mainly the high notes that you'd be fighting with, because a lot of the stuff is your normal voice.
Oh, I couldn't even get anywhere near the high notes now. I'm serious, but I would have problems with the low. Like, even right now, I have problems with low notes as well. Oh. What do you think, Nick? Straight scrambled eggs, not bad, right? That's not a bad breakfast. Having some protein from my scrambled eggs. Yep. That's not bad. And then I've got a banana to eat. So that's not horrible. All right, all done.
I'm just done doing nice stuff for you. I swear.
What did you do for me that
time out of? I was the one that brought the peaches.
They're not sweet.
That took time out of my weekend, and
they're not sweet.
The tenderloin.
They're just. I'm sorry, they're just not sweet.
Then you look at me when you taste the tenderloin, you go, "Oh, it tastes like it came out of Fat 420's butt." Wow.
I didn't say. I'm not a huge tenderloin fan.
Well, I'm doing a brisket this weekend.
What do you want me to do? Get excited about something I'm usually not excited about?
Well, I figured you'd at least say, "Well, you know." No, you did tell me it was really good. It was just a little tough.
Yeah, well, yeah. And it wasn't tough. It seemed moist. I'm just not a huge tenderloin fan.
But yeah,
I'll be honest, I'm not a huge pork fan.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
No.
I mean, I've never smoked a chicken.
Well, I'm just not a huge pork fan. I'm not a huge fan of smoked meats, period. You know, I could just lie to you, but
that was pretty light with the hickory too.
And I like sauce. I like barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce is a little more difficult when you're smoking.
Well, I'm just saying I like sauce.
Yeah. I mean, grilling? No, dude.
I don't care.
When I'm grilling barbecue chicken, now that takes a while. And the barbecue sauce is the very last thing that goes on, and it gets just enough heat to it to caramelize it, that perfect just coating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's forever, though.
Jeff's telling me I should reunite with the great one, Jamie Robertson. Of course, yeah. Trust me. If the Itchy Pickles ever go out and play again, it will be me and Jamie Robertson. I'll tell you that right now.
The long-haired great one himself.
I can guarantee you that right now. I don't know who else will be in the band, but but it will definitely be Jamie Robertson and I. Yeah. Of course, Jamie's aged well.
Still got the long hair?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He looks great. I've aged horribly. I mean, I have aged horrible. Oh, well. Yeah, so.
Well, if the Itchy Pickles got together, you could do a set and tell old stories like, the different trouble that Jim and Marvin and everybody would get into at the shows and do another set.
Yeah, I just, I'll tell you, I can't even fathom. I just can't even fathom,
Well, I remember those Pickles gigs too, and when it was like a bar or something, it was always 3-4 hours worth of music.
Yeah.
You did what, 4 1-hour sets or something, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna take a break.
Yeah. Oh well.
Those were busy nights.
Yeah. Let me get into the news today.
Uh-oh.
There are some interesting stories today. All right.
Trump was kidnapped by aliens and was anal probed.
No, there's no Trump news. Thank God.
Damn.
No, nobody even cares about him anymore. He's gone away. I mean, really, do you hear anything about him anymore? He's just
No, thank God.
The
Twitter shitter is dead. Thank God.
Yeah, he's been banned everywhere, rightfully so, and they banned him off Twitter and Facebook. He started his own thing. I don't know where the hell, but I have no intention of, I don't know what's going on with it. So it's like he's out of the news. But past presidents, you know what I mean?
They kind of fade off and they go, hey, I'm enjoying retirement.
I mean, same thing with Obama. They go and they do their own thing. They sit on a bunch of boards and, they make money and occasionally give interviews. That's how it's supposed to work. Oh, well. A Texas woman has been arrested for allegedly posing as a 7th grader and going to classes at her daughter's school.
What? Why?
This is crazy. A 30-year-old Casey Garcia filmed the entire thing as a social experiment and posted online. This is just crazy.
I gotta get in. Okay. Do I look like a 7th grader? No. Cool. Awesome. But a 30-year-old disguising as a 13-year-old and made it through lunch? Well, I finally got caught. I told him that I would go to the principal's office, so I guess we're gonna see what happens. Just want to say thank you to all the girls that helped me get to all of my classes yesterday. I really, really appreciate it. I honestly would have been discovered way sooner if it weren't for you.
That just sounds troubling, right?
Why would you? I do not even want to think about going back to when I was 13. No,
it's troubling. Why would she? What reason would you have to do that? What's her desire? I got to be honest. The least thing that I'm interested in my whole life is somehow being around a bunch of fucking 13-year-olds.
I can think of so much more productive with my time that I could do. Do a podcast. I could work on one of the vehicles, do work on my house. I could go shit in the shower. I could do so many more things more productive than trying to be a 7th grader again.
Yeah. I mean, it just sounds troubling. Like, why would she go through this? Seems like a lot of work to,
It's terrible.
Yeah. Oh, well.
All the girls in the classes helped her to keep from getting discovered. Well, how is that? Did you not pass 7th grade the first time? So you've forgotten everything that you learned? So you've got to go back.
What kind of adult dresses up like a young kid?
Well, now I've seen that.
Have you been to Taylorville?
Yeah.
I'm just. Why would you want to? Why would you want to somehow be that unless you're looking to either molest or, something odd?
You got a screw loose.
Yeah, when there's something weird about you.
I've been in Taylorville where I had to park at Walmart because I had a delivery first thing in the morning, and seen women that were walking in there that were definitely much older than how they were dressing, and I'm going, oh my God, why?
Well, I just don't understand why someone of any age, this woman's 30 years old, why they would want to dress like they're, in junior high school again.
Let alone go there.
Yeah. To what? Be picked on again by junior high school kids? There's no way.
Up to that junior high.
See, there's no way. I'd be like, fuck you. There's no way. When I was in school, if people tried to pick on me, I'd be my my attitude would be that of fuck you. There's no way as an adult that I could, go back, because they will try, because that's what kids do. You know what I mean? But when you're a kid, you're scared of other kids. When you're an adult, you shouldn't be afraid of children.
Dude, when I was that age,
there's no way. There's no way I could just accept it.
Like I said, when I was that age, I was 5'2". I weighed maybe 75 pounds. I had Coke bottle bottom glasses. I was picked on.
Yeah.
Through that. No way.
Not me. I was either ignored or, And if someone picked on me, I would say something. I mean, I think that was probably my problem, because
from like
I couldn't
fifth grade until I graduated high school, I was in a fight at least 3 times a week, just trying to survive and be left alone.
I couldn't. I just couldn't accept. So there's certainly no way as an adult I would accept anything like that. This woman what she was doing was disturbing.
Yeah.
And I felt sorry for her child. I mean, did her kid know about it?
That's a good question.
Had to have.
How embarrassing. Oh my God. I'd pick on that kid. I would pick on the kid whose mother tried to dress like, or whose mother, came into the school and tried to.
That child's ruined now.
Yeah, poor kid. That kid's going to grow up, everybody going, oh my God, that's the girl whose mom impersonated, a 13-year-old. How sad. Oh, well. If you were eating at a restaurant and you found a hair in your food.
Oh.
How would you react, Nick?
I'd remove the section of the food and just put it to the side and then finish my dinner. I expect there's going to be hair and stuff in my food whenever I eat.
So you just power through it, right?
Just power through it.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking. Like I got movie popcorn. I love movie popcorn. My wife bought me some movie popcorn. She went by the movies and said, "Hey, they're selling popcorn again." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, I'll get you some movie popcorn." So she got some movie popcorn and brought it by the house, right? I'm eating it. And I go, "What the hell is this?" And I pulled a piece of hair out of the movie popcorn.
Oh.
So for like a second, I was like, there's hair in my movie, and then I sort of put the hair to the side. I went,
And once it's gone away, it's like, oh, it's not there anymore. I can go back to eating.
That movie popcorn's so good. we had to jump through so many hoops just to get it. And I'm like, oh, what the hell? And I started eating it again.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
It depends on where the hair is. Like if it was like on my steak and it was in a cross section where it basically touched both ends or whatever, it was long enough. Yeah, I'd probably send it back on. Yeah, there's a hair on there. I wouldn't make a big deal about it.
But if it's just a little bit, if it's just a little bit of hair,
like on the edge of it or whatever, I'm just gonna cut that piece off and enjoy the rest of the steak. It's fine.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're not alone. They recently did a survey to ask people what they do. Over half of the people said they would stop eating immediately and either send it back or just not eat it at all. But more than a third of the people said, although it'd be gross to find a hair, they'd keep eating it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hair. It's not a tuft of hair. It's a hair.
Yeah. And just keep eating it.
Now, if I found like beard trimmings or whatever, yeah, that's a whole different story.
Yeah. I would just keep eating. So you and I are the same. You take the hair out. You don't eat the hair. I mean, we're not animals.
Yeah.
I'd send it back.
You'd send it back. Yeah.
I would. It's no gross.
But like, if I haven't been to a restaurant in a long time, but here's the problem with sending stuff back.
I've seen enough kitchen nightmares to be like, the hair is the least thing I have to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you send it back, now you're going to have a difference in the meals, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then everyone else, if you're with someone else, they're waiting on you now to get a new.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like we ordered carry out from a place this weekend. My wife didn't want to cook. And I go, oh, that's fine. Just get some carrot. She goes, it's too hot. And I'm like, you're right. She goes to turn the oven on and heat the whole damn house up. And I go, that makes sense. She goes, let's get some carry out. So she gets the carry out, and we specifically order, I said, this is what I want.
You found hair in it.
No. Then she goes to pick it up, right? And then brings it home and opens it to serve it here at the house, right? What I ordered was not in there. Literally, what we ordered was not what they gave us. Which immediately has me think to myself, well, why didn't you open it in the when you
you gotta open and look.
But I dare not say that. I dare not say that.
I've gotten chastised for that.
Yeah, my wife.
Why'd you look in the bag?
But my wife would. Exactly. That's what I was thinking was, well, why the hell didn't you look at it, when you picked it up? So she calls them and says, you gave me the wrong thing. And they're like, oh my God, we'll replace it. All right. So my poor wife had to drive all the way back to the restaurant to get my corrected meal. Okay. But here was the tough part. Her meal was just sitting here getting cold. By the time she got back with my meal, which was horrible, by the way, by the time she got back with it, her meal had grown cold. And she, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're a restaurant and you fuck up, by the way, give the whole meal. Don't you, because now the temperatures are ruined. It's just one of my problems with the restaurants. But goddamn, you're having people drive to pick up food during a pandemic or right after a pandemic, and you can't get the meals right. And so now someone's driving to pick it up. It's a big pain in the ass. I just hate it.
Pandemic made them lazy.
I just hate it. So now,
Well, let's think about that. I don't think it was the pandemic made them lazy. You got restaurants that are so short staffed that mistakes like that are going to be made.
yeah, I just don't get it. Yeah, but here's the deal. I mean, so, I didn't want to say anything. Because my first thing is, well, why didn't you check the package before you left the restaurant? And then point out it's wrong, but I don't want to do that. Because I was afraid my wife would throw the food at me, and you know what I mean.
If that does happen, I want video.
Well, I'm just saying that she'd be right, I would dare not say I'd be right, but.
Oh no.
But I mean, if you're a restaurant, why the hell, that just seems easy to make sure someone gets what they ordered. Jesus. And then you make them come all the way back. I would think if you're a restaurant and you fuck up like that, right?
You should
Then
carry
you
it
would
out to the people you fucked up on.
You would say, hey, what's the whole order? So let us make the whole order again fresh. So that way when you get it home, it would still be hot. You know what I mean? Because she went and picked up the one order that was fixed, but meanwhile her food was sitting here and got cold. By the time she got back to eat, she had picked up my meal again. So my meal was warm because they had just made it. Hers was cold because it was sitting here from the first time she went to get it until, until she ate, which is after the, second. If that makes any sense. I would think the restaurant would redo the whole meal, not just the part they fucked up.
Yeah.
I still think they should not only redo the whole meal, then they should bring it to you
Yes.
because it was their fuck up.
Yes.
Oh, what's your address? All right, we'll have it there in 45 minutes.
I don't get it. That's what frustrates me about restaurants. That's what frustrates me.
Here's a complimentary bottle of Pinot Noir because we fucked up.
Well, I don't know.
That's why I always have low expectations on carryout.
You're right. No, my expectations are just too high. I think, this will be wonderful. This will be glorious. No, they fuck it up every time. They screw it up, and then it ends up. We had a horrible meal. The meal was terrible. I'll never go back to this place again. The food is all smoky. I hate that smoke taste of ugh. And it was dry. And it said barbecued chicken. Okay. To me, that means barbecue sauce on chicken. Am I wrong with that, Nick? What was barbecue chicken?
Oh, it would be either a sauce or a really good dry rub.
It was all dry. It was all dry. It tasted all smoky. I was just like to myself. I was saying to myself, fuck it. I'll make a peanut butter sandwich. That's what I'm going to have. Is just a peanut butter sandwich. But I felt like I better eat the food because we had to jump through so many, you know what I mean? It was such a pain in the ass to get it, So I figured I might as well eat it. But no, I didn't like it. I didn't like one bit of it, It's just another restaurant that just fucks it up. Which is why I think the restaurants that stick around are restaurants that have simple, you know what I mean?
They follow the
simple menus.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. those are the ones that, you know, those are the ones that are successful. Those places that just keep the food simple, you know.
Well, and if you're doing something that's going to have a smoky flavor to it, it doesn't take a lot of smoke.
Yeah, I'm just
That's
not a
what
fan
lot of
of.
people screw up.
I'm just not a fan of that. And this had that, you know, it just wasn't good. It just wasn't, you know. In hindsight, we should have just had a steak or whatever.
Should have heated the house up.
Yeah. But God forbid to get over 70 in this house. Oh, well. Yeah. So most people would, or I'm sorry, a third of the people would just keep eating that food that they ordered, even though it had hair in it. Nick and I would. TJ would send his back immediately.
Yeah.
Well, we know which one of us is anal. It's just hair.
If I'm paying money for the food,
This is why I don't.
You know what? That part I put into consideration too is if I'm having an expensive meal, I'd probably send it back.
This is why I'm just not excited about. Like I see people so excited about going out to eat, you know. I'm just not. Because the restaurants are going to fuck up just as much as they always do.
Well, even more because they're short-staffed.
But I mean,
you're gonna wait longer to get a seat, to get served, and to get your food, because everyone's going to start coming in droves. But you're not going to. The places are not going to have enough people because they've been doing carry out the whole time.
Don't you think that people who have gotten something wrong, so listen, you got this meal wrong. Oh, we'll make you a new meal. Come on by and get it. So we go by and get it. But like I said, the other meal is now cold.
No, the whole order should have been redone.
Make the whole fucking order. Yeah. That's simple.
Well, now you know that if this ever happens again at whatever restaurant, just say the whole order was screwed up, both meals.
Yeah. Or just say, I want a whole new order.
Yeah.
And then they took back. They
actually took it back.
Yeah, they took it, which is fine because I wasn't going to eat it anyway. But they took it back. So that's a case.
You throw this away.
My wife could have brought hers as well.
Yeah.
And they could have just replaced the whole goddamn thing. But no. So the whole meal was ruined. The whole meal was ruined. For example, my meal was horrible because of the fuck up. Her meal was cold. I know it was cold, and she was unhappy. Like my meal was horrible, but I was unhappy, but I didn't want to say anything because I think that would make her even more mad. And it just was a big, you know. It just was such an unpleasant experience. And it was so expensive. You know what I mean? We might as well just walk down to the toilet and flush money in the drain. You know? or put money in the shower and stomped it down the drain.
Oh, God.
Would you wear a armband or a wristband that lets people know you're okay with physical contact?
No.
Okay. All right.
I know
Like-
my luck.
For example, there's someone that is selling these social distancing bands, all right? And a green social distancing band means that you're okay with hugs.
Can we just start using can we use our words? Can we like, hey, can I give
Hey.
you a hug?
Don't fucking touch me.
Like, no, I'm not into touching. It's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
But by the way, that should be every situation.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the normal should be don't touch people.
Unless you have permission.
And just because
Verbally.
and just because someone's wearing a band don't expect me to hug you. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of hugs. You guys know that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of.
I know my luck. Wearing a band like that, we'd be at the baseball game. Fat 420 would walk up. No, I just got done in the shower, and then all of a sudden, grab my covered hand and be like, ah.
I'm not a fan of overly huggy, touchy anything. And I don't want to give anyone a hug. And I don't want anyone hugging me.
I like a good hug.
I'll tell you, that's sort of one of the reasons I enjoyed the pandemic. Because nobody was coming up and hugging me.
Was that before the pandemic? Were people hugging you by the busload?
But then I had to actually come up with excuses. You know what I mean? Then after the pandemic, I didn't need those excuses anymore.
Yeah, then you just looked at people and went, oh, you're diseased. Don't touch me.
No, I never look at anyone that way. I just, I'm just not a big fan of hugs.
No, we all know this.
All right. So now if someone's wearing a green armband, I'm supposed to hug them?
No, you're not supposed to hug them. It's just they're acceptable to hug them. It's okay if you want to hug them.
I don't.
Then don't. It's fine. What are you yelling about?
No,
We'll get you a red one that says "Don't fucking."
I think the idea of having a armband to say yes, I'm okay with people hugging me is ridiculous because we should be able to just talk to each other and go, hey, do you mind if I, can I get a hug? Nah, I'm good. Or sure, why not?
I just hate all the touchy feeling. I just hate it. And now they want me to wear fucking armbands. Oh my God. No. The norm should be just don't touch me. I won't touch you. Why do we have to touch? What's going to make it better if you touch me? That's sort of why I like the pandemic.
You get a hug every time you go and you get your haircut by Doran.
Doran is an over. Listen, I love Doran. She's an over toucher. She really is. And I love her to death. You know what I mean? Love her. But I don't like she touches. I don't want. You know what I mean? She's always touching me.
She's got to touch you to cut your hair.
No, but I'm just talking like if I was to meet her, if we were going to lunch, there's always a big hug and, you know, and a lot of touching. That's just how she is. But, I'm just not a fan of it. And now she knows. I think she knows I'm not a fan of it. You know what I mean? And so I think she gets off on how uncomfortable I am.
I would.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
And Doran has these big, incredible breasts. I mean, they're incredible. I've thought of them sexually. You know what I mean? I've thought about, but yet,
I had to open this can of worms.
Yet I don't want them shoved into me. You know what I mean? I don't want.
In your mind, it's fine. In reality, not so much.
It's not. No, you're right. In my mind, my dirty fantasy mind. Yeah. But for me, it's not, you know.
But then the reality happens. They're like, no, I'm good.
The reality happens, and you're like, oh my God. I'm so uncomfortable. And she knows I'm uncomfortable.
Nope.
So then she takes it even further. And she kisses me, and I just, you know what I mean?
Oh, I need to be uncomfortable on purpose.
It drives me crazy. It does. She knows it. And she knows it.
Tend to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. I think she gets off on it. She goes, oh, he'll hate this. He'll hate this. I just, I don't want to be hugging anybody. These stupid bracelets or these stupid. We should throw these things in the trash.
Oh, it's going to be great at the baseball game then.
If somebody comes out with these stupid wristbands telling me how I'm supposed to react.
Well, you know how you'll react. You look up and go, oh, you're okay with getting a hug? Fuck.
Yeah, here's my thing's gonna be like, no. They'll be saying, and they'll be pointing to the wristband to let you know, okay, you got to hug me now. I'm wearing a green wristband.
I don't think that's what they're meaning by that.
I would be like,
I think it's the opposite of, yeah, I'm okay to be hugged if you want me. I'm not gonna force you to hug me, but I'm okay to be hugged. I don't think it's you have to hug me because it's not mistletoe.
Oh, mistletoe's disgusting. Have you ever been somewhere that has a fucking mistletoe?
No. Never.
I went to a party once.
And I'm pissed about it.
I was in college. I went to a party once. And there was mistletoe.
I'm just standing under there the whole time.
There was mistletoe at this party. And this girl was standing under it. And so people would walk over and next thing you know, she'd be kissing them and their tongues are her tongue is in people's mouths. And
yeah.
And I was just trying to go to the kitchen to get a beer. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? It's mistletoe. I'm like, get your dirty mouth away from me. I'm not going to put my tongue in that mouth. Good Lord.
Yeah, you'll eat food that had a hair on it.
But
you won't put your tongue. You'll eat an ass, but you won't put a tongue in a mouth.
Literally, I just saw the last 4 people you kissed. I'm not putting my tongue in your mouth. Get that? Yeah, no.
I mean, that is a good way to spread the motto.
It's disgusting. This isn't new. I've been like this my whole life. I'm not a fan of.
You're going to make a great old person.
He already is a curmudgeon.
Even my mother wants to hug me. Oh,
You're going
God.
to be that old guy from Up.
They just wants to hug me. Ugh. I just don't get it. I just don't understand the hugs and all this stuff.
Maybe we need to give baseball tickets to who'd be willing to hug Ray.
Nobody. I'm not hugging anybody. I just don't understand the I don't understand the need to touch everyone. I just find it so troubling.
At the Sliders game, we'll flip Sean.
Even with your wife and daughter who adore you.
Oh, I'll hug my. Listen. My wife's fine. I love hugging my wife and kissing my wife and touching my wife. I love it, and I love hugging my daughter. But that doesn't mean. That certainly doesn't mean, that I want to hug strangers. You know what I mean? Or even some people I know or love. I told you guys, I love Doran. She really is. She's literally one of my favorite people I have, come in contact with in my life. She's that special to me. She's that important to me. But yet, I don't need to hug and touch and, it's just not,
No love and touch and squeezing.
Yeah, I'm just not,
It's tearing you apart.
Every day it's tearing me apart.
See, that ain't that bad. A little bit of work with your voice.
I say? No, my voice is way out. Yeah.
Now, Doran, you're probably like, I'm getting a hug. I got to take it. But like if Fat 420 ran up and gave you a hug, it'd be a look of utter terror. And
there'd be a stiff arm before he could wrap his arms around him.
Yeah, I'm just,
Put the whole get off of me, shower shitter.
I just, the last thing in the world I want to do is, I'm just not a fan of hugs. And then I work out every day at the Fit Club. And there's people who go to Fit Club that are, because I'm so fat, because I'm so fat, there are people that look at me and they go, wow, look at that fat guy who's, working so hard. I just want to hug him and let him know how proud I am of him. Okay, with the pandemic, that stuff has not been happening. You know what I mean?
Was that happening before the pandemic?
Yes, that was
it? Oh my God.
In 2019.
That's just something wrong with the person.
In 2019, people would come up to me and they'd want high fives or they'd hug me, or these women would throw their arms around me and give me like a kiss in the cheek. I'd be so uncomfortable. I'd be, But now with the pandemic, that hasn't been happening. It's been wonderful.
You're one of my best friends. I don't even shake your fucking hand because I know you don't be touched.
I'm not a fan of it. So I know now that the pandemic's coming to an end. The more people get vaccinated and stuff, and
And we're on track for phase 5 on Friday.
Yeah, and so I don't want to be touching people though.
Let the hugging begin.
And by the way, I like Fat 420, but I just don't want him touching me.
We'll get
I
to
like
the ball
it.
game with hugs from like John. And
No, I don't want to hug Sean. I've never in my life wanted to hug Sean.
okay, Sandy.
No. Like even my mother. Like we needed something dropped off to my mother, and I was gonna tell my wife I was gonna go, oh, well, I'll drop it off. But then I started thinking, oh shit, no. Then if I drop it off, it's gonna be she's gonna be a big hug on me, and then she's gonna want me to come in, and then she's gonna offer me something, and I was like,
she's
no.
gonna want you to talk.
Well, she'd want me to come in, right?
Yeah.
And then she'd offer me something. Oh, do you want this or that? And I wouldn't want it, but she'd make something anyway. And then she'd bitch because I wouldn't eat it. And then she'd say, oh, well, my computer is blah, blah, blah. And she'd have me fix her computer. It's such a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? So I just choose not to do it. It just sometimes it's just too big. It's too much trouble than it's worth, And I love my mother, but I just and then people don't understand. People don't understand why I don't want to be touched. It's not that I don't. And they go, "Well, you don't like me? I'm your mother." Of course I like you.
Violation of your space.
Of course I like you. I just, for whatever reason, I have, I don't like being touched. I don't know why I don't like being touched. I'm just not a fan of it. But yet people just don't. People seem to not understand that. Hey, today, by the way, today's National Best Friends Day.
You're celebrating.
Do you have a best friend? Do you have one best friend, Nick?
I do.
TJ, do you have one best friend?
No.
Most of us met our best friend in school. Elementary school and high school are the most popular stages in life to meet them. Only 12% of people say it happened after college or well after high school.
In that 12%.
19% of people said their dog is one of their best friends. Only 9% say that same thing about their cats. We are almost twice as likely to consider our mom a best friend than our dad.
Oh.
Because he still went out for milk.
43% of people say their significant other is one of their best friends.
You do.
Yeah, my wife is my best friend. There's no doubt about it. 22% of us have owned a best friend necklace or bracelet at some point. Oh, no way. 6% of people agreed with the statement, my parents like my best friend more than they like me. Happy Best Friends Day.
I'd fall under that section. I know my friends' parents love me more than they love their own kid.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'm a shitty friend. I am a shitty friend. And I'm sorry about that, but it's not going to change.
At least it's honest.
Yeah.
Either accept you for you or
I mean,
It fucking rocks.
like best friends. It's got to be my. It's got to be. It's got to be my wife is a best friend. My brother Goose, one of my best friends. Sean Balint, Petey, or DC. Those are like the only people that I would say would somehow be close. You know what I mean? And like I said, Petey's my best friend, but he lives in Georgia. You know what I mean? We don't get on the phone and just talk for hours. No.
Well, you still have a best friend and not talk for hours. That's not. I don't think that's. You do that in like high school and post high school for a little bit, but then you get lives, and but as long as you say what's up to each other every once in a while, and catch up for a couple minutes, you're good to go. Yeah.
Like DC is yeah. I don't talk to him that often either, but he's one of my best friends. And for some reason, I don't know why, Sean Balint. God knows why.
Maybe you're still holding out for him to buy you lunch.
It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
No, with you, it's like your best friends are the ones you give the most shit to.
Yeah.
Other than your wife.
Yeah. Like I said, I imagine it's hard to be my friend. You know what I mean? It was, I imagine it's not easy, but so for Best Friends Day, which is today, does this mean our best friends buy us something?
No.
Oh, well, damn.
I'm not even going to acknowledge it.
Oh, that's why you were asking. You wanted the benefit of it.
I'm just saying, it would be nice.
I'm going to get you a gift card to that restaurant you don't like.
Yeah.
You're still something nice.
Rapper 20 says, that must mean I'm Ray's best friend. He gives me shit all the time.
Well, that's all because
that's because you produce shit.
Yeah. No, Fat 420, you're a guy that shits in the shower and admits it. Yeah. Happy Best Friends Day, Pete. I'm just saying that's for me that's important. Someone who gives me content.
Like Petey at the steaks.
Yeah. Fat 420 and his waffle stomping.
Nick with his losing weight.
Nick's fucking weight loss, bragger.
Sean and his bank account.
Steve and the fact that he doesn't get laid. Yeah. The fact that Steve doesn't get laid makes him one of my best friends. Gives me content. Steve's tumor and the fact that he doesn't get laid. Happy Best Friends Day, Steve.
And your tumor.
Yeah. And happy Best Friends Day, Steve's tumor. Chris Stice and all his fucking new jobs he gets. Yeah. That's cool. You guys are all, all best friends. I'm just saying. That's it doesn't take much to be my friend, you know. But I just think it's got to be hard to be my friend. That's all I'm saying.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But oh well. You just got to understand. Adam says, "What do I got to do to be a best friend?"
Start getting insulted more.
Yeah. Have a more fucked up life, Adam. Your life's pretty normal. Oh well.
Start peeing in your sink. I'll go. It's a good baseline to start at.
No.
I've got a new version of Drano. It's called Pee.
I would say Doran's one of my best friends. You know, Nikki's one of my best friends, except she disappears. You know what I mean? She just freaking disappears.
The hospital time.
Yeah, I just don't understand the disappearing all the time. And then I'll say something to Nikki. I'll go like, I'll make a comment. I'll be like, you disappeared. What are you talking about? I go, you disappeared. I haven't disappeared. I'll be like, you're never on the show.
I'm tired. I have doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
And she's up until 4 a.m. playing quiz, ain't it?
I'm tired. And I'll be like, you're tired because you don't go to bed until 4 or 5 in the morning. That's why you're always tired. Switch your schedule. Just go to bed earlier. Like last night, I got to tell you guys, last night, fuck, I was ready to go to bed. Like the Brooklyn Nets beat Milwaukee, and it was only like 8:30 when the game ended. And I was like, fuck it, I'm ready to go to sleep. My wife's like, what? And I go, I'm ready to go to sleep. I'm falling asleep on the couch. At 8:30? I'm like, yeah.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah, we could go to bed now. There's nothing stopping us. But it doesn't, you know. Then my wife has to, you know, she always has to take a bath before bed and everything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No matter what time we go to bed, it's fucking midnight before she gets out of that tub. You know what I mean? It's just insane. It's just no matter what time we go to bed, it's always midnight before we fall asleep. No matter what. And she and then the other night we finally got to bed. Like we finally went to bed and she, you know, she got done with, you know, everything. And I'm like, oh shit, we might actually get to go to sleep before like 10:30. This is miraculous. And then she gets up. I like, where are you going? She goes, oh, well, Bella wants something to eat. And I'm like, Bella's 19. If she wants something to eat, she can fucking get up and make something. She's, you know. But my wife's like, oh no, I'm going to make it for her. I'm like, Jesus Christ. You're finally going to get some sleep. Go back to bed. You know what I mean? You're getting up. And then my wife makes bacon. Jesus.
At like midnight?
Yes.
Love the smell of bacon.
Yeah, so
I
the whole
love
house
smelling bacon
smells
at
like.
midnight.
So now the whole house smells like fucking bacon. And I'm going to have to sleep with
That
the
bacon
smell
smell.
of bacon wafting in the air. I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me?
Fantastic bacon-filled dreams.
I mean, my wife's a wonderful person. You know what I mean? It's wonderful how she, is so giving that's what she does. But Jesus. Ay, ay, ay. You're making bacon at midnight. The whole fucking house is going to smell like bacon.
I'd be happy if my house smelled like bacon.
I know.
Not if you're going to
Bacon
sleep.
makes me happy.
Bacon makes me hungry.
Have some bacon dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where I could eat bacon for hours.
So she gets up and makes bacon. Oh my God. I'm like,
Since you're making bacon in the kitchen, can we make bacon here?
I'd rather, I know where we can make some bacon. And then she, finally comes back to bed. And then, of course, she's tired from making the bacon. And then she complains because her hair's, and I'm like, of course, you just washed your hair and you went out and made bacon. By the way,
Now there's hair in the bacon.
No, my daughter makes bacon and it tastes amazing. My daughter makes really, really good bacon. So if she woke up and wanted bacon, she should have got up and made it. You know what I mean? The way she makes bacon, I don't know why you'd want. I don't know who gets up at 11:30 and wants bacon.
Me.
For whatever reason, she wanted bacon. My wife was making it. But I'm saying that my daughter, the way she makes bacon is actually really good. So, I just wonder why she didn't get up and make the bacon. Instead, we're going to bed at 1:00 because bacon has to be made. It's just crazy. Oh well. What's the worst thing? What's the worst thing a house guest can do, Nick?
Stay too long. Clog your toilet.
Shit in my shower.
Yeah, those are all
Drink
good.
all your beer.
Towels. Oh, use my guest towels as toilet paper.
I'm gonna give you the answers. I'll give you the answers that people gave. All right. I know we're not used to having people over now. Thank God for this glorious pandemic. But even before the pandemic, people were showing up and spending the night at someone's house. So they asked people to name the worst things that a house guest can do. Here's the top 10.
Watch me while I sleep.
Number 10. Showing up at your house and then asking to stay the night. Yeah. That's by the way, that's Chamberlain. That's Chamberlain.
I got an answer for that.
Chamberlain would come by my house super late. Like Chamberlain has stopped by my house at 1:30 in the morning before. Just stops in.
What the fuck?
Hey guys, what's going on? Well, it's 1:30. Jeff says, leave me an upper decker.
Yeah. Yep.
Sean has stopped at my house at 1:30.
That would be one of the worst things.
I've told you this. I've told you stories before about him coming by, and my wife goes, "Oh, fuck it," and she just goes to bed. And so I'm sitting there feeling like I have to entertain Sean, and then he falls asleep. Like sitting in the love seat of my living room, he'll just fall asleep in the middle of a conversation. In which case, I just turn off the TV and go, fuck it, and I just go to bed.
Oh, well, I'd be like, there's a rule that if you happen to fall asleep on my furniture, I get to draw on your face.
I would draw a penis on his forehead.
That's right.
Sharpie.
Number 9.
If you're gonna come over at 1:30 in the morning, you're gonna fall asleep on my love seat. I'm drawing shit all over your face.
We had somebody I had somebody actually show up at like midnight and fell asleep on my couch.
I'm gonna write white power on your forehead. Sharpie.
I got a couple of my buddies over at like 6 in the morning. We picked them up, got them naked, and put them out in the front yard.
Sean is coming to my house at 1:30 in the morning and falling asleep. And he took an upper decker.
Oh, no! Oh!
That's so great. Number 9.
Oh, I need to keep it on the front.
Not taking the hint, the hint it's time to leave. Yeah.
I've got a stair step for that. Like, hint 1. Oh, I'm getting kind of tired. Yeah, it's getting close to turning in time. Hint 2, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah. Number 8, changing channels on the TV without asking. I've done that before. I have gone to someone's house.
No, I have not done that.
I've gone to someone's house. My brother Foon. I've gone to his house before. And I'll be like, hey, where's your TV remote?
You turn on sports.
I say, oh, let me see your TV remote. And he'll toss it to me and I'll change the channel. Yeah, I've gone over to his house like it's on a holiday. And he's watching like a fucking parade or something. You know what I mean? And I go, oh, hey. I said, that's a nice TV. Yeah. Hey, let me see your remote. Yeah, here you go. And he tosses it to me and I turn on a football game or a basketball game or something. And I go, here. I didn't want anybody
wanted to see Snoopy.
I go, I didn't want anybody thinking you're gay.
Oh my God.
Why does that not fucking all?
So I just I turn on sports. I have done that before. And I would do that again, by the way. 7. Sean's done this. Openly passing gas in the house.
You recorded it when he did it.
Yeah.
Oh, I have an open farting rule in my house. You gotta let one rip, let it rip.
What if more people also say if you're only there a few hours, you shouldn't use the bathroom or anything more than peeing?
Oh, whatever.
Dude, Sean Balint has come to my house
and left an upper decker.
No, he's gone to the bathroom and he's in there for like a fucking 45 minutes taking a shit.
Well, I was having a little trouble trying to get it out right.
I mean, this is not...
I decide not to eat healthy and never go to a doctor, so I'm going to spend 45 minutes in your bathroom.
There's something wrong about him.
You're just now figuring this out?
Number 6, walking to the front door without knocking. Jimmy would do that, by the way.
I would do that, but only with the
that.
standing rule of the person's house. Like, yeah, you can just come in anytime.
Yeah. You just you don't I don't get it. You don't just walk into someone's house, you know.
Just rude.
Yeah. Let's see. Number 5, going through your medicine cabinet. Oh my God.
Oh,
I don't have a medicine cabinet though.
Yeah, I don't have a medicine cabinet.
I keep my medicine right next to my recliner. It's right there where I sit the most.
We have a shelf of pills.
Number 4, showing up with a dog without asking first. Oh my God.
now that is terribly rude.
Yeah, I wouldn't take one of my pets over to someone's house. Number 3, going upstairs or into your bedroom without asking.
That's a fight.
Like someone comes to your house
Yeah, that's not good.
and just
That is a fist fight ready to happen.
I haven't lived anywhere with an upstairs for quite some time, but
You know when I go into somebody's bedroom at their house? When I'm helping them move.
yeah.
And it's only to carry stuff in or out.
And no one's invited into the bedroom. Well, when my wife was once out of town,
John crawled into bed with you?
and she asked some friend of hers to stop by our house or something. I can't remember all the details. Here's what I remember. I was taking a shower, right? I'm taking a shower. And I'm getting out of my shower. And so I have 2 towels. I take one towel that is wrapped around my waist. And the other towel I put on top of my hair, you know. And I dry my hair, and then the towel's just sort of laying around my neck. You know what I mean? So I get out of the shower, and I'm putting on my towels. And I walk out of the shower and walk into my bedroom. And this girl that my wife asked to stop by is in my bedroom. Asking me, oh my God, freaked the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to act like you know.
You're trying to act nonchalant while your fucking dong is
Well, no, my dong was covered. I had a
rule,
towel.
the rule is once I take a shower, I get to have sex. So
there was no sex involved in this. I'm just saying that I'm freaked out because this person was in my house. And so I'm having a conversation. I'm like, well, I got to get dressed. And so they left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
But this was like a friend of my wife's. Was literally just standing there. And I'm like, what the hell drove the person to come into my house and then walk down to my bedroom? You know what I mean? Number 2. Putting their feet on the couch with shoes on.
Yeah.
Oh, no, no.
Yeah, that's Sean. Sean comes into the house, then eventually his feet end up on the couch. He's never taken his shoes off, you know. And the number 1 annoying thing, wiping their greasy hands on your sofa. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, only I'm allowed to do that.
Belint has shown up at my house at 1:30 in the morning with a pizza. Or 2 pizzas. I'm trying to think. I said 2 pizzas. He's shown up at my house with pizzas. And then he's eating the pizzas. There's no napkins or anything. And he's wiping his hands on the couch. And then falls asleep.
Oh, no.
Adam says your wife got you a plaything. No, she didn't get me a plaything. Karen says your wife got you a hooker. No, it was a friend of hers. It was a friend of hers. It was a friend of hers from work who was there, and I can't remember what it was. It was for
servicing you.
No, it was an innocent reason. I can't remember why the girl came over. It was an innocent reason.
There was money on the nightstand.
No, I'm just, but I was just freaked out and trying not to show that I was freaked out. You know what I mean? It was not sexual in the least.
You've just listed off like a bunch of reasons why Sean never welcome at my house.
Yeah. He feels too welcome in my house.
Obviously.
I mean, yeah, I bet you've woke up with Sean there after he passed out one night, go out the next morning, and he's in his underwear on your love seat.
There was a time where Sean lived with us. He lived with us. Now, by the way, there are friends of my wife's who I'd feel comfortable around, you know. But this girl that stopped by the house was not someone that I, you know. Like my wife's friend Sadie, who was just in to learn how to make tamales not that long ago. Like if she showed up, I'd be like, what's going on? Say, you know what I mean? Because we know each other so well, that would be no big deal. But this woman that stopped by was like, you know, I didn't know her that well. You know, and I can't remember. It was for an innocent reason that she came by, but I just thought it was odd. You know, that she was in my house, you know. Like there are people that, you know, there are people I would be comfortable around. This was obviously not, you know.
Not one of them.
No. And when I say comfortable, like there's nothing sexual, you know, at all. And then to have just a stranger walking in was just odd. I was like, well, I'm going to get dressed now. In other words, please leave, you know, without me saying you have to leave. Oh, well.
See, I don't understand how people are so shy about you have to leave. It's pretty easy. Get out.
Well, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude to people, but, you know.
Nice stop at 11 p.m.
Yeah. Well, and this is in the middle of the afternoon. This is in the middle of the afternoon that this woman stopped at my house.
Or if I'm naked under a towel.
Well, at least send a text or something to let me know you're coming over. If I would have known this woman was going to come over for whatever, I wouldn't have taken a shower at that time. I had taken the shower because I think I just got done work. I think I just worked out and I was all sweaty and I was like, oh, fuck, let me get a shower and blah, blah, blah. And then I was just, thank God I put on, you know, towels. I could not imagine walking around, you know, naked.
You've been walking around in the nude.
Oh, good Lord. I'd be horrified. I would be horrified. Oh, well. I think we probably learned enough today.
Well, I mean, there's a woman that lives out there where I live at that, I mean, she's a sweetheart and everything, but I was working on one of the cars, and to get into my house, I can get into my house through the garage. And that's the door that I usually use, is the one that comes in through the garage. She walks right into my garage and looks in the window of my door while I'm standing there peeing. You know, not anything up, and I'm like, I'm in my house. I shouldn't be bothered at all. So
She was watching you pee.
I just, I'm rocking a piss, and she's staring in the door like, ooh, what are you doing? I wanted to see how you were doing. I was doing fine until you were staring at me while I'm peeing.
Listen, I was just watching you pee.
What, you want to see if the scream was correct?
She was just watching you pee. What's the big deal?
I was peeing.
By the way, Father's Day is coming up. I'm not sure, but when. But Father's Day is coming up.
The 20th.
Recon Text, guys. How about Recon Text?
Are they doing the fathers now because they did the mothers?
I don't know. I got to find out what special they're doing. Maybe we could set up a call with Derek to let him talk about what special they're doing for dads.
The daddy special.
Yeah, 670-1132.
You know he's going to make Joe do the daddy special because Joe.
Poor Joe. And Hendricks Home Furnishing in Verdon.
You're all done, Daddy, with every wash after every.
I wonder if Jeff Hendricks
after every detail.
I wonder if they're doing a recliner special or something.
You want another
Father's
recliner?
Day. I mean, I think they should do a. No, I love my recliner. I love it.
Dude, your recliner spoil me. I'd never leave that chair.
I love my recliner. Love it. Got it from Hendricks.
I would move everything from my studio around that recliner because if I had your recliner, because I'd never want to leave that chair.
It's a great chair. It's the coolest thing I got during the pandemic. Is that chair. Love it.
Got a noise from Nick. Sounds like he's leaving an upper decker right now.
No, that's from my work car.
Oh.
It needs new muffler.
So you drive their car instead of yours?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's fine. It is what it is.
Oh, that sounded horrible. That sounds like Sean Valent farting every time you slow down.
That's what Sean sounds like when he comes to my house at 1:30 in the morning. Oh, well, all right, let's talk about, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk about Adam having sex in front of, I saw we were having a conversation about something. Adam was talking about getting expelled from college for having sex in front of people or something. I don't know what it was. Did you guys see that thing in the chat room?
No, but I'm interested now.
There was something about Adam got thrown out of college for having sex in front of people or something. We might want to get back on that at some point. Find what the hell.
I would have done.
I don't know what the hell that was. But for some reason he said he was having sex in front of people and they threw him out of college for it. I'll be damned.
Was it at the frat house or at the ball game?
No idea. I don't know. I could scroll back and look, but we're ending the show, so I don't have time. Oh, well, it's time to wrap up. I got to go work out. You guys, thank you so much. Good show today, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. So long, everybody.